am artist Tedu Mik-Muk, otherwise called Ze or De Mickey Boy. Some of my friends and some of my animal and goats and animal friendlies, they call me the Mick Maker. So what I'm here to say is what the answer is to the questions many of you have been sort of asking me through messages that I thought were very interesting, sort of what it was that you thought you would ask me, what you thought was neat, sort of what you wanted to think about, what you wanted to know. So I thought I'd tell you maybe sort of what it is I am like behind the art world, behind the art bubble. I'm going to talk to you first about the Tedu bubble. Well, see, it was actually a bubble that I made. It was as a vinyl bubble that I set up on my land, and I blew it with air and food. I had food in my bubble, and I lived there. And I lived there for 3 years until one day some whippersnapper thought it would be funny if they thought it would be funny as a joke to cut holes throughout the bubble while I was sleeping. So one morning I woke up and it was not funny. The Tedu bubble was not a bubble anymore. The Tedu bubble has turned into sort of a it was not a bubble, it was flat. It was across my face like a blanket of vinyl, and it smelled sort of funny. And I did not think that morning, I did not think what had happened, but my Tedu bubble, I did not live anymore in the Tedu bubble. Also, many of you have been sending me letters that I have been receiving, some messages and thoughts that you bring to my knowledge, my thoughts about what it is. And you ask me, many of you question where I come from, who is my family, and where my family started from, and so what I talked to them about. I talked to I say here that what my family, the Mik-Muk family, is like a string, sort of a string that is a string that can be cut with scissors to make things out of. And it's like you can dangle things from the string if you cut it and hang ornaments from the string. Then they can hang if you suspend it above the ground. So what we do is, if you hang a string, then the wind can come in and it can blow the ornaments to a sort of different movement. They can twirl if you have this string. So what I talk about is how my Mik-Muk family, where I come from, is like this long string that sometimes we hang things from, and sometimes we can sort of tie things with it to make various things for us. Someone asked me also sort of what it was that I sort of thought about when making my artwork and my gems of beauty. So what I describe this sort of really specific question is with, I cannot remember what the word is called. You know when you get out of the shower after bathing for your your hygiene, and you say burr's chilly, and you say burr, I need to dry my body. So you grab a towel, and the towel overlaps. What is that? What do we call that again? The towel overlaps a little bit when you tuck it to prevent gravity, prevent it from falling, and what is it? And you know, it depends on how fat you are and how big your towel is. Sometimes if you have an average towel, it may wrap around you once, depending on sort of how fat you are. I know about this fat, this sort of how it is fat, what it means, because when I grew up I had a very close friend named Albus, and Albus was really fat. He was really fat. And many kids laughed. They said, Albus, you're fat. And I didn't think this was funny. I felt I felt sorrow for Albus. He was not fat. He was fat, but he was not stupid, you know. I want to now talk about a little bit of my art. I have retrieved one of my latest works from a gallery that was displaying. I haven't sold it. There is a man in some place, I cannot remember what he lives in, where it is, but this is my latest. Can you read? And so that is, he wanted me to sign it at the bottom. This is very reflective of how I think of my thoughts when I sort of am sitting there thinking. I also make short films, and they are very important. I feel they sort of very touch upon very important things. And I also like to make some jokes just to spicy up the mix. So I make jokes sort of like I'm just a man sitting here and I'm just sitting, and all of a sudden, where's my shirt? So those are the jokes I made. Actually, what just happened was I lost my shirt when I did that. I don't remember. Where did I put my shirt? When I made the joke, you know, I just took it off and threw it, but have not been able to find it, so I said, hey, it was chilly anyway, so I put on a sweater.